Hello and welcome to Cross Stitching with Nessa. This is a channel where I will show my cross stitching and any crafts that I've been doing. I've only been doing cross stitch this fortnight, so that's all I have. Welcome to any new people and welcome back to my existing people. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. A lot of unexpected doctors, but it is what it is. Over the 2 weeks I have done one new start and I have worked on 7 WIPs. I have done 4,594 stitches overall, which, that's pretty good. Not as high as what I have, but it's nearly 5,000 stitches into projects, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. For October, I'll just do a little wrap up of that. I stitched every day. Some days I did maybe 100 stitches or so, but it's still, I stitched every day and I got 11,824 stitches in for October, which was good. It's over my target, I guess you could say. I want to have over 10,000 for each month, which for 3 months of the year, this year, was under 4,000 stitches, which they were just crazy months. My mum and dad were in and out of hospital. I was in hospital at one point. Yeah, just a little crazy. Overall for the year I have done 107,978 stitches, which I did put a goal for myself at 120,000 stitches, which hopefully I should get over that, which is just mind blown. But yes, that is my wrap up for my stitches. Okay, let's get down to what we're here for and show the WIPs. Okay, so first off, my new start. It is, what is it? Stardew Valley. It is a season thing. I am doing the spring one. It is, I'll put a cover photo up. It is done by Glitch Stitch AU. She is on Etsy. I first saw these being stitched by Crafty Gaming Jamie. She's done, I believe, the autumn one and the winter one. Okay, so here is the cover, should be still up, and here is what I got to. I didn't get much in. I started this yesterday and I got 128 stitches into it. This is the house, I think. Yeah, like this is, I think might be the wood pile that's next to like the doors here. A lot of brown for now. They now do a version with a cat or a dog, and because we have a cat, I'm doing the cat version. So this is done on a 16 count dyed Ada by, I got it off Dreamstitch. They do multiple different colours. I may have a colour, no, I thought I did have a piece here. It must be put away. Yes. Yeah, their pieces of fabric are pretty good. They do them in, 40 centimeters 40 centimeters by 50 centimeters, which is just under, I guess, a fat quarter, I think it is. Yeah, fat quarter. So, yeah, and that should fit in, which will leave this. So it shouldn't have to move it, or very little. But yes, 128 stitches into Stardew Valley Spring. Excuse me. Okay, that's my first piece. What I will be doing today is going through the pieces that I've been working on and then quickly showing the starting point for the Big Bash projects. But that will be just like, here it is. And okay, so next up, these are in no order that I worked on them, because yeah, I didn't work on this until this week. Okay, so this is Disney Girls. I finally cleaned up the whole thing, so you should see a mock-up of what it is going to look like. And this has a thread hanging. This is where I got to this week or fortnight. Finished off doing the like her head. I hadn't finished off the outline. That is now done. I have put in some white and a thread of light blue into her, into Penelope. I still have not finished, but I don't know if I put anything new into her. I think she is what she looked like last time I picked her up. I know I put some into this. So I did put in 299 stitches, and it would be into her stuff, like finishing off this, putting the white in, and the rest of the blue. This is stitched on a 28 count fabric of the month from Crafty Leanie. Yeah, it's 28. Oh, did I say 28 count? I feel like I did. Yeah. So that is that. I can't remember the actual name of it, but yeah, it is a fabric of the month from last year's. I'm trying to think, around about November, about this time last year. I could be wrong. Could be way wrong, and it was at the start of the year. So yes, this is this one of the pieces that I need? Disney Girl, yes. This is, I'll show, if they're ones that are in the Big Bash, I'll show where it is. Okay, so that is the starting point for the Big Bash. This is going to be for the Perth Scorchers. I'm looking over there because that's where my information is. It's either there or here today. Yeah. So every run for this Perth will be into this. So hopefully, because they're a decent team, hopefully we get a decent amount into it. Alright, so that is that one. And it is done in a bag by me. I'm trying to think what was in it before, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. There you go. The next one is in a bag by Sharon. A really big bag. This is one of my stamped kits. I am doing this with Kristina over at Journals and Stitches. She not long put up she does a monthly, so she's only just done, I think October's. I feel like October, yes. She can't have done November because we're only just into it. Okay, so this is called Cartoon Town. I will put up the art. Yeah, the art. And I believe I've got where it was. So if I don't have where it was for any of them, sorry. I do get a little bit lazy and forget that I have to do the starting photos. But here is where it is now. I have finally got the first row fully across and starting on to like the second one and potentially some of the third. Yes, I went to town with this one. I don't know why, I just wanted to pick it up in like multiple days. But I got 1,547 stitches into it, which is pretty good. That was over maybe 3 days. It's just mindless, and you just stitch to where you need to stitch. So this is where it is, and I'll show you the back so you can actually see where I've stitched. So yeah, like fully that one's done, and I'm into the next row. This is going to be out for, I believe, is it not? Yes. The Adelaide Strikers. So you will see this getting some stitches, don't know how many, but something into it. I got, this is 11 count, a kit from Monalisa. I did get it off Dreamstitch. Yeah, has everything. It's a kit, and yeah, it's going to be a big piece, but I love it, and I've seen it finished. Multiple people have finished it, and some in like the rayon threads, which I believe Kristina's doing it in, and this is the cotton. I've seen it in both finished, which looks awesome either way. Okay, moving on to the next one, which was one of my WIP Go calls. Ooh. This piece has got less than 1,000 stitches left to go into it. It is done, or it is housed in one of the bags that CJ has done for me. And this is, I'll put the cover piece. It is a design by oh my god, blanking. SODAStitch. Half of them are. Should know this by now. Yeah, SODAStitch. It is Anne and Greg Gables, and this is where she is now. So it's getting there. It's getting there. There's, like I said, less than 1,000 stitches to go into her, and hopefully I can get it done between games, because it is not, I don't believe it's in any of the teams. No, it's not, but I want it finished. So this will be, I will have little pieces other than the ones that are coming from the Big Bash, but yeah, I will try and get this finished by the end of the year. I want this finished plus the Aussie heart, so, and they're not big pieces. Okay, so yes, Anne and Green Gables put in 849 stitches. It is stitched on a 14 count white Aida. I think all of the ones that I've kitted up for this design is done on the same piece, like the same. Yeah, I cut it from the same piece. So yes, less than 1,000 stitches. I just need to pull my finger out and get it done. Okay, I think I said everything for that. SODAStitch design. Yeah, I don't have to show any more for that because it's not in the game. Okay. Now we have, oh, this one I didn't get much stitches into this. this was done on Tuesday, which it was Melbourne Cup plus I had to have 2 doctor's appointments as well as scans and stuff that I needed to get done, which, you know, I picked it up when I could. I need to put this down here. Sorry, there's a thread that's I haven't finished off. This is So Was Saying. I'll put a cover up of it. Oh, cover up of it. And hopefully where I was the last time. If not, I didn't put much into it anyway. So here it is now. As you can see, I really didn't put much into it. I put in 193 stitches into it, which is the darker colours of the needle book, like two different colours into the needle book, which is one that is still on the thread and the darkest one that you can see. I may pick this up today, I don't know. I really want to try and get this finished. Yeah, before the end of the year. It does stitch up quick when you actually sit down and do it, but that day when I had it, it didn't get much. So yes, that is that. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish that one off. Yeah, I know this is done in a bag, or housed in a bag by CJ. Like I said, a lot of my bags are done either by CJ, myself, or Sharon. There is a few, or there is a couple that are around that's done by friend Sue or Crystal. Okay, this one is, yes, this is Christmas Cats. It is a Satsuma Street design. It is housed in a Christmas cat bag, which I love because they're goofy. They're all cool looking. Love them. Okay, this is stitched on the call for, I think it is, hang on, I have the information on. See, that's what it's going to look like. I do have a question. Do people like it when would you prefer having pieces like this to show, like for the covers, or how I've been doing it? I'm undecided on how I want to continue with that, either because in editing it's a bit but if I have these, it's already there and I'm showing you, and I can show you where I worked, kind of thing. I did work in, well, the white part of the tree. Yes, Fortnite. Okay, yeah, it is stitched on 28 count red, a Christmas red. Christmas red. Is it linen? I believe it's linen. Yeah, and as you can see, I did just this little bit because I already had these. Christmas Cats. I got a big 161 stitches into it. Yeah. It was a day where I was up and down doing stuff. But I got some stitches into it. I'm fine with that. Yes, this is it? Yes, it is going to be out for the Big Bash. It is Melbourne Stars piece. So, yeah, hopefully we get a decent amount in. I want to move this along and try and get it closer to a finish. Yeah. So that is the starting point for the Big Bash for this piece. This is, I think that fabric, and I think I've said it every time, is harder is harder to work with than most woolly black. I know, crazy, right? Okay. I think I'm down to the 1, 2. Yeah, I've got this one and one more to go for my WIPs for this week. So we're moving right along, which is good. Oh, not week, fortnight. Okay, so this is pointed fifth. It is a long dog sampler. I'll put the cover up and what it's going to look like. Well, if it was all black, it would look like that. Mine is done. I've got 310 as my standout color, I guess, like the arches and the squares and the little, like the animals above, and the rest of the design is done in a rainbow. I got the idea to do the rainbow from Crafty Emily. Hers is nearly finished, I think. She's getting there. Like, hers is awesome. My colours are different, but that's where I got the idea of doing it rainbow. And now I can't not do it rainbow stuff with long dogs. Okay, so I can show you where it was. This is where it was the last time we seen it, and this is where I've got to now. Oops. So okay, so some of this was here. So the crab was here, and this color, like along the side of this one right here, was done. Then I did the next color, the rabbit, and this here this time around, which, looking at it, looks awesome. I wasn't sure about it because there's only a little change in the colors, but that's perfect. I love it. So I did, what is it? Pointed fifth, 519. Now I can't, hang on. Okay. 519 stitches into it. This is going to be a piece. Now it's, okay. This is going to be a piece for the Sydney Thunders, so you're going to see some stitches into this, which is great. I want to try and get this filled in and have like this little bit done, and then start going down to different colours. I just want to make sure that they look okay and that it's going to be okay down the bottom as well. So far I'm loving how it's turning out. Really loving how it's turning out right now. And I've seen multiple people do this kind of, like the rainbow. Some have done black where the rainbow parts are, and this being rainbowed, which, you know, it still looks pretty awesome. Like, I love it. I love it. So yeah, that is the starting point for the pointed fifth before the start of the, there you go, that's fully the start of the Big Bash. Okay, it is stitched on a antique white 28 count even weave, just a normal swagger. It is housed in, you can see some of the colours, and how I do the blended. This is a bag done by Crystal Rowe. Love it. If she ever starts doing the bags again, try to get your hands onto them because they are awesome. They're done very, very well. Very, very well. And I'm pretty sure I said this last one. If you can get them, get them. Okay, so that is that one, pointed fifth. You will see that going forward for the game. Okay, and the lucky last whip that I'll be showing you that I've worked on is everyone's favourite. I need to most probably take this side off so you can see it. It is Sewing Cats by SODAStitch. It is a piece that I work on for Gridiron Grind. It is also going to be the Wickets piece for Big Bash. So I'm going to get a lot of stitches in, which is good. I'm liking it. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. Hopefully I've got a photo of where it was when I finished with it last fortnight. And here it is now. So all we have down the bottom for this, because this is the bottom row, all we have now is just to finish off the cloth over here that's going over this cat and down a little bit. The eyes, the cheeks of this one, and then the back stitching. I'm going to do the back stitching for this shelf before I move on to the next. So maybe one of the days of the wickets will be putting in the back stitch, because I will be counting that. So yeah, it's getting there. It's nearly done. I believe the last time I looked at it was, I think it was like 49%. So know if you're going to do this piece that this shelf is half of it, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that is my starting point for Big Bash for the Wickets piece. Okay, it is housed in a bag that Sharon did, and I think it's perfect for it. Perfect. Okay, so we've got a couple more pieces which is just for the teams, and then we'll be finished. Okay, so for Sydney Sixers, it is Seasoned Girls. It is a SODAStitch. I've done 2 already. I need to do 2 more. It stitches up really quickly. It is done on a light grey, is it platinum? I don't know. Piece of linen, and that is where it starts. So the rest will be on, like, it'll be, yeah, over this side, coming this way. Should get to about here, I think, the whole piece, and then I don't know what I'm going to do, like how I'm going to finish it. So that is the starting point to do, and it's housed in one of these little bags done by myself. Yes, myself, I believe. Yes. Okay, that is in there. That is for the Sydney Sixers. Okay, so the next one is for the Melbourne Renegades. It is my closest finish mirror, a fancy lady, and it is Miss Cherry Blossom. So from here up is fully done, backstitched, beaded, the whole lot, all the bling stuff. It's all done. I roll it up because I do this one in hand. So sorry for the creases, but it'll be fixed when I finish with it. Okay, so we got to do some of the dress. The dress comes out to about here, and it goes maybe a little bit further than that. Not far, but this is what's left. I'm hoping for a finish next year. It is one of my 20 pieces that I'll be working on for next year. But right now, it is every stitch for Melbourne Renegades. We will get something into her, so it'll be closer to a finish. Oops, sorry. That was the boxes of beads. I store all the beads in, well, there's not much left in there, it's just the chronic for cherry blossom. And the extra beads, I believe, are in my bead box, which are over there. It is done in a house in a bag. Cherry blossoms, done by CJ. Perfect. I know which bag is for that. Did I do that right? Yes, it's done. Okay, so this one I usually stitch on, but I did not this fortnight. It is Birthstone Gnomes. It is a piece for Brisbane Heat. So this is where it's going to be starting. Hopefully we can finish a gnome or two in the Big Bash. Try and get the 6 done. That would be awesome. Yeah, so this is the starting point for the piece for the Brisbane Heat, which is cool. It is housed in a bag done by CJ. Perfect gnome bag. I do try and put them in bags that represent what they are. I try to. Okay, and I've got one more, and then I will let you guys go. This is a favourite of a few of you guys. It is Panda. Panda. It is a Gecko Rouge kit. It's like this. This is what it's going to look like. I do have the, like I said, I've got the kit. Yeah, I did restart it, as people know. I've got it on a green fabric that was dyed by Sharon, and yeah, I'm working in this bit up here. Yeah, this bit up here. And like the main part that I've done is this bit here. Started on here and worked out to here. So I will show you where I'm at and the starting point. I've got it in a hoop for where I'm working and where I've had it. So this is the starting point. So hopefully I can get some up here. Wherever it calls me to stitch, I will do it. So that is the starting point for Panda. Panda is for Hobart Hurricanes. Now I believe I've showed all of them. Yes, I have showed all of them. So the Big Bash starts tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. So Sunday. It's Saturday the 8th at the moment. We have 3 games tomorrow, so, and then most of the time you only have 1 game, so you'll be able to, it'll be easy to come along and stitch easily, I think, hopefully. Yeah, so that is all the starting points for the game that we've got. I've made a tracker for the games to keep track of your stuff. I could show, I don't know if I've set it up though. I could show you what mine looks like. Okay, bear with me, this may work or this may not work. Okay, you couldn't hear anything I just said because the audio wasn't recording. Anyway, what you saw is the tracker that I've put into the group. It's in the files part, I believe. It is in the events under the Big Bang. Yeah, Big Bash, I mean, not Big Bang. Yeah, if you need it, it's there. Download it. Just do the normal thing where you don't need permission to use it. You just have to copy it onto your computer or onto your phone or wherever you do it, and it should work. If not, let me know and I'll help you out with that. So all that starts tomorrow, which is good. What else? I'm blanking on what I usually do. Shoutouts. I'll do the normal shoutouts that I do because they're the ones that I currently watch and talk to. I have Sharon, Fun with Cross Stitch. You know, she does what I do, pretty much. Not exactly, but my kind of stuff. Some pieces we do the same, and others we don't. I've also got Amanda Stitch and Panda. She's over in the UK. She does things that, yeah, I do, but then there's other pieces that she does that I may not, but I like seeing it. Okay, sorry about that. A little bit of an interruption. Okay, so where was I? I was doing the shout outs. Kristina, she's the one that I'm doing the Cartoon Town. She's doing that as well. She is Journals and Stitches here on YouTube. She does monthly updates. She's only just put out one this week, I believe, or very close to this week. Yeah. Amanda, the Stitch and Panda, she does fortnightly. She does it usually the Wednesday, well, Thursday for me. She does it like the Thursday before, so hers are new every time I do it. There's Crafty Gaming Jamie. That is hard to say. You're not good with words. It's hard to say. But I've been following her for years. Or I feel like years. A couple of years at least. And she's the one, when I saw the Stardew Valley ones, I'm like, where did you find them? I need them. And I couldn't find them for a while. I don't know why, but... Okay, sorry for that. When it rains, it pours, and people just want to knock on the door. Okay, so I think I was finishing off talking about the Stardew Valley. I actually found it. I got the complete pack, and it was, I think it was the minimal confetti. So they've remastered, I guess they call them, recharted. Yeah, and so mine may look a little bit different to Jamie's, but for the most part I think they're pretty much the same, and I love them anyway because I love playing Stardew Valley, and I'm kind of hooked on it at night times on my Steam Deck, which, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Okay, is there anyone else that I want to shout out? There is Judy. I want to shout out Judy. She is, oh my god, she used to be Aussie in a Kiwi world. She is now, and hopefully I don't stuff this up. She is a Aussie and a Kiwi go travelling. I really hope that's right. Sorry if it's wrong. I will link all the people that I do shout out or talk about, if they've got channels. Okay, so going forward, I was going to do it a daily, like a short video, like Flossmas kind of thing, but for the Big Bash. But I'm thinking, you know, going over, like, it'll be okay first off, but then going over like the holiday side of things, like Christmas and New Year's and all that stuff, it might be a little bit hard. So I'm going to continue it with my fortnight. So this fortnight coming up is the first 2 weeks of the Big Bash. If I do any extra stitching away from the Big Bash, that will be all thrown in with it. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything big planned. I go see a surgeon in a couple of weeks and find out when I'll be booked in for that. If not, I have to wait a little while, because at the moment it's okay. But, you know, we'll see. Yeah, so it is the 8th of November today, so Saturday the 8th of November. I will be back on the 22nd of November. Like I said, that'll be the first 2 weeks of the Big Bash, and by then I'm either pulling my hair out and going, no, I need to just go and stitch on 1 or 2 whips instead of 9. So we'll see how we go with the teams, and if I can keep up with it that way, or it's just going to drive me nuts and I'll go to just 1 whip for the whole thing. Hopefully it is all good and I can get, you know, multiple stitches into those pieces, because most of them are ones that I pick up anyway for the fortnight. So realistically, yeah, I just may not get as much stitching, like as in stitches, than I would normally, would normally over the fortnight. So more or less stitches. I feel like it might be less, but we'll see. But if that's the case, like I said, I will pick up maybe one of my stamp kits and just get like a decent amount of stitches into something like that, or my new start, like, who knows. But hopefully everything works out, and yeah, I get stitches into multiple different things. If not, like I said, it'll be, you know, go back to 1 or 2 whips. We'll see how I can do it, if I can or not. Sharon, I don't know how she's going to be doing it. At one point she was talking about doing clips every day. But then she was worried about over the Christmas part of it, when there's family and everything around, it's a little bit harder to do. Which I'm sure everyone understands that, and you know, we'll get it done when we get it done. If you want to join us with it, like I said, all you have to be is a member of Fun with Cross Stitch. I'll put the link to the group. All you have to do is answer questions, which they're just, what are they? Who's the admin? There's 4 of us. There's either me, Sharon, Carol, or Judy. So answer one of those and you'll be fine. If one is, where did you find us, or where did you hear about us, or something like that. If you heard us from me, say Nessa's Flosstube, or Sharon's, or wherever you found out. If you are invited by someone else, you still need to answer the questions, or you'll just get a denied with feedback to ask to answer them. You know, we're pretty easy. All we ask is don't be mean, be respectful. You know, we ask that you don't like try and sell stuff on the group unless you've already been allowed. You'll soon know if you're not allowed or not. The post will be brought down. Yeah, so all you have to be is member of the group, and then there's an event in there that starts tomorrow. It runs for 2 weeks, like the events, because that's a Facebook thing. You can't, I don't know why they don't put a setting in to do the time that it is, but it is what it is. It's not that much coding to put in to do that realistically. But whatever. Yeah, so even though it only says for 2 weeks, it is for the whole females, and then the whole, like, it's all in one. Yeah, there's people already put their stuff up there. I have. I think what I will do now is put a start photo of my pieces in the post, and then yeah, put that in there, so at least I know where I started beforehand. Okay, I have talked way too much, had too many interruptions, and I am sorry about that, but that's what happens when you live in a house full of people. And a cat. Which always wants to come in. Okay. I'll do the normal stuff. If you like what you see, a little bit of crazy. Like, subscribe, do all the Facebook stuff, not Facebook, wrong platform. YouTube stuff. I am never going to get through one of these without stuffing up. Yeah, do all the Flosstube stuff, like, subscribe. Go check out the people that I've shouted out. Yeah, and I will be back in 2 weeks with some progress. Maybe not as much that I normally do, but some, on the Big Bash, and we'll let you know how things are going. Alright, that is me done for another Flosstube. You can go to someone else that's more, what is it, sane? Yeah. Alright guys, I'll see you 22nd of November. Yeah, 22nd of November. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe. Get a decent amount of stitching in. I'll see you next time. Bye.